Hey guys, I'm Helena. Yeah, I wasn't here the last 2 weeks because it was simply too hot to get into all these dresses, and now I will just leave out the rest because I think we've got everything we need, and yeah, I think 4 parts is enough, and we can go back to our more one-on-one thing that we normally do because it's kind of weird having so many people see these videos. I don't know. Um, I kind of I call my followers the Valkyries because there are 9 of them, and that's where the name came from. And I thought 9 is the best I can do considering the content that I make. Anyway, the ring. So next week we're starting is obviously the festival in Bayreuth, Wagner Festival. Um, Another year, another wonderful month, full of Wagner's music and of beauty, hopefully, and politicians who are there to get photographed, not necessarily because they like the music or because they respect the music. We've had that, no, we're not getting into that. There is one very particular person who was very, what did she just say? A few years back, but we're not getting into that now. Okay, so what we're going to do today is there's a new ring premiere. I'm going to the premiere, and I'm kind of afraid. I'm always afraid with the ring, because obviously productions can vary, and in my case, I've seen the best ring. If you're an old, if you're an old subscriber, if you've been here a long time, you know Valentin Schwarz. He's the goat. What's going on with modern rings? He's the one. The production he made, the last production he made in Bayreuth, was just so good. It was so much understanding of the text, of the music. He worked every little bit out. He took things literally that everyone was like, yeah, we just go over that. Like, for example, Wotan calling Siegfried his son. This is a big one. Or there's one thing where it's like Licht Alberich and Nacht Alberich, which is like the night version of Alberich is Alberich himself, and the light version of Alberich is Wotan. And Valentin Schwarz said, okay, they're twins because they're the same thing, just the light one and the dark one. And the whole thing was that. It was so good, and I don't think anyone can ever get to that. Also from costumes, I've talked about this. We had phenomenal costumes, phenomenal talking through costumes, which I love. Come on, love me an aesthetic that also has some meaning behind it. For example, we've had Wotan in this yellow and white and gold and very, very modern, and very nouveau riche, so to say. And then we had the old money, Fricka. She had this black and silver and purple, literally the anti-Wotan. And it was old money, and it was class, and it was style. And the little things, There were only 2 gold things she wore, despite her color palette being black, silver, and purple, were her gold watch, which means her time is his. In my opinion, by the way. I could be totally wrong, but why would they give her a gold watch? It's weird. And of course, her wedding band, which also says he's in charge. It's his color. Again, could be nothing. And my personal favorite is that he had a patent handkerchief. It's not called a handkerchief. Here, pocket square. He had a purple pocket square above his heart, and I thought it's hers. And he didn't wear it after he and Fricka broke up. So as long as she was around, his heart belonged to her. And then she wasn't there anymore, literally, and in the handkerchief. Anyway, it was just so perfect. I'm sorry. I can't help myself. Anyway, I don't want to say I have expectations for the new ring, okay? Because honestly, if you would have asked me 5 years ago or 4 years ago, exactly 4 years ago, what I thought a ring should be, I probably wouldn't have been in the realm of what Valentin Schwarz did. And then I saw Valentin Schwarz and I took my time to understand him, and it was like, yes, that's it. This is fantastic. In the case of modern productions, obviously, like the productions of the Met Opera, just beautiful. They're old-fashioned, they're mythological, they're grand, wonderful. Valentin Schwarz, in case of modern productions, unattainable. Anyway, I don't want to have expectations for this year's ring because of all this, because you never know, it might be great. I'm a bit afraid because this year it's gonna be the first year like with AI present on stage. I'm not sure. Anyway, we're gonna go through, because there are no pictures yet. Pictures are only going up after the premiere, which means you're literally sitting in there and you have no idea. It's like if you, like with the Odyssey, everyone knows the Odyssey, possibly read it, a friend of mine read it in school in Old Greek. Everyone knows it. But if you had like no trailer, you had a cast list, and you didn't know the director that well, you wouldn't have no idea what you would expect when you go into the cinema. So this is kind of where I am. I personally, I don't know like the director, but I'm not that good with directors anyway. So yeah. Also, I know for a fact that like next year it's gonna be Parsifal, and it's gonna be like directed in a team by Neo Rauch and Rosa Loy, who did like the last Lohengrin, the blue one. I want to see that desperately, because I know that this is aesthetics going on, okay? Anyway, I don't know this director. Now for the ring. So, where are we? I don't think we have a director for that reason. We have a curator, an artistic and technical concept. We have I don't know what this is in English. I know what is in Germany, it's Dramaturgie. I have no idea how to like speak it in English. And then we have digital and AI storytelling, creative code, visual art, stage and costume. Yeah, so I don't know exactly what that means. Does this mean it's like the singers do nothing? The singers, like, they go on stage, do nothing, and then they go? I'm not quite sure. I hope not. I really hope not, because it would be underselling what's going on with these phenomenal, not only singers, but also actors. Like, obviously, my beloved Krista Meyer, she's an absurdly great actress. And I would hope that she gets to act. Also, Anna Kiss-Judith, I saw her last year as Erda, obviously. Also great. Klaus Florian Vogt, do we even have to talk about him? Like, it's 4 evenings of The Ring, he's in 4 of the evenings. Come on. Michael Volle, same thing. I mean, everyone, Mika Karis also. I want to see these people act, personally. I would be a bit disappointed if it was like no acting at all, and if it was just like people coming on and then singing and having AI projected on them and then going off. That I would be disappointed in. I'm gonna be quite clear. On the other hand, Christian Thielemann is gonna conduct it, so I can just close my eyes if I'm too annoyed with it. And this is actually something that my mom and I always say, like, if you don't like the visuals, just close your eyes. I hope I do like the visuals, because obviously it's theatre. If not, I could just listen to a CD. Anyway, So production. There is like this whole thing on the website, so we're gonna go read it. I'm gonna read it to you, and yeah, we're gonna see. You're getting my feedback. I mean, who am I to give feedback, honestly? But anyway. Okay, production. The ring in motion, an experiment, an invitation. For 150 years, the ring has been reimagined, re-seen, reheard in Bayreuth. But what happens when the stage itself begins to think? On the occasion of the 150th anniversary of the Bayreuth Festival, the audience can expect an experiment of visionary power, a staging that not only presents Richard Wagner's music drama, but places its reception history at the center, through a visual dimension that constantly changes, expands, and recomposes itself. For the first time in the history of the festival, artificial intelligence will take part on stage. Not as a character, yeah, I hope so, but as an image-generating force. The singers are at the heart of the performance, in a calm, almost sculptural presence. Yeah. Their bodies become the fixed point within a visually seething cosmos of light, texture, history, and association, amidst projections that erupt, constantly shift, and merge into one another. The projections are more than stage design. They are a reflective surface of a 150-year discourse. The AI that generates them has learned from countless images, voices, documents, and productions. It does not present as a single ring, but many: the national myth, the socio-political upheaval, the artistic explosive force, the romantic utopia, the deconstructed shadow. Every performance will be unique because the images and associations never stand still. And I called it. Please don't make them too sculptural. Again, I don't want to drag this, especially not before I've seen it. But please let them act. Come on, please, guys. Do me a favor and let these people act. It was so great, like the last 4 years. They had so much fun, most of them. Just let them act, let them have their fun with it. Like Donna hurting his back while trying to like swing with his golf club. This is... Come on, just let them have fun. I don't know. I had like a very, very sculptural thing a few years back. Was in Munich. It was called Alceste. And it was utterly directed because it was a director who was like a dancer. He brought his own dance company, so they constantly moved. His dance company, they were on stage. The singers, not so much. And you felt their discomfort. And even if they were comfortable, they didn't look that part. Like, I remember one scene where Dorothea Röschmann, she went forward on stage. She was like this. She had her hands out. And she was singing, and you could see in her face that she thought, I shouldn't go too fast. I shouldn't do this, because the dancers were all around her. They were running into her hands and stuff while she was singing. And it just, she looked so uncomfortable. It looked like the poor girl. Really, I love Dorothea Röschmann. She's a great singer. But this, I felt so bad for her. And in Munich too. Because again, I know what she's capable of. Like in Berlin, I saw her as Countess Almaviva in Les Noces de Figaro. She had so much fun. And that was the thing with this like production of Les Noces de Figaro in general. They had all so much fun, and you just notice it, you feel it as the audience. And I really, really hope that they won't do this with like these singers and these actors. Please don't just like have them stand there and sing their part. On the other hand, it might help with costumes, Because if they're really only like something they want to project images on, if it's really just that, then I suppose the clothes will be very minimal. I'm for that. Like, it could be worse. We could really have worse costumes. Than that, maybe they're all just dressed in black and then they sing and then stuff is projected at them. I mean, it will be great in a way to see, if I understand that correctly, like, I don't know. By the way, why is my hair shorter at one side than the other? It's a bit weird. Um, anyway. It's difficult. I don't want to drag this. I want to give it the best chances. But I want to see movement. Personally, I want to see, not like dance company kind of movement, but I want to see a bit of action. I mean, I've seen a few rings now from Bayreuth, and I think it would be absolutely wonderful to like see old snippets of that, like the Kupferring from the 90s. Great ring. I would love to like have a few snippets of that now and then, like reimagined when Siegfried Jerusalem, he went through the fire and he like woke Brunhilde up from this, I don't know, this laser thingy they had on stage where she was lying in. That would be great, but I don't know if it's actually a ring, you know? Like, I would have loved to see this like as a museum thing. Like, if you have a lot of pictures, a lot of good grand pictures that you can see, or maybe like a room in which you can do that, that you can go inside and then you have this AI thing and then you see this going into one another. But I'm not necessarily sure if I would want to see this for 16 hours. Maybe it's just me. Nothing against AI. Love AI. Why not? Obviously, it's like not for writing stuff academically. Like, if you have to write something academically, don't use AI. Just don't. But otherwise, like, AI is great in most cases. But I don't know if I like it in this. And again, like, you're getting my personal opinion, mine. You will be getting this, like, I don't know, either during the festival or afterwards. And then I tell you what I personally think based on what I saw. Again, this is what I saw. Apparently every time they sing the ring is different. Also, it will not be staged next year. Just saying, there's no ring next year. It's literally, I think, the first year in which nothing of the ring is on stage. For me. I've been going there for 8 years. Minus COVID, obviously. And I don't think I've ever had a year without a ring except COVID. Yeah, I'm not sure. Anyway, I really hope they give the singers a chance to get this thing on stage. Also, could you even film that? Like, honestly, could you film that? I don't know. I'm not quite sure. Also, like the Centuries ring. This is also something I would love to see, like, something of in this anniversary. But I don't necessarily know if I would want it on stage for 16 hours. You know what I mean? I think the singers deserve better, because, like, they are also actors and actresses. I don't necessarily know if it does them justice to just let them go on, sing, and then go off. Also, I didn't remember that this was in there. I think I read it some time ago and I was like, eh, and I already forgot it, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I hope for the best. And I'll give it the benefit of the doubt, obviously. But if they don't act, I hope they act. I hope they are allowed to act. Really do. Anyway, what do we have to talk about still? Obviously, okay, Christian Thielemann. Like, he's the conductor. We know him, we love him. As far as I know, like, the Friends got him back. And because he wasn't supposed to come back for quite a few years, there was some disagreements, I think, in some way, shape or form, and the Friends of Bayreuth, they were like, no, we want him back. And then he came back for Lohengrin last year, and now he's doing The Ring. So obviously he's gonna be great. Like, it's Thielemann. I think there are very, very few people who read Wagner or who understand Wagner musically like Thielemann, personally. Simone Young last year also. But Christian Thielemann, he's a bit better. I hope he does. No, we're not. There is one part I was like, he did The Ring in Berlin. I saw it on Arte, I think. And it was a bit not fiery during the fire. You know when you see it. It's a bit of a slow fire. But otherwise, like, it's Thielemann. Come on. He's the Valentin Schwarz of conductors. Come on, let's be real. So, who else do we have? Again, Christa Meyer. Please let her act. Please, just give it to me. Anna Kisjudit. I'm so excited to see those two swap roles, because last year it was Anna Kisjudit as Erda and Christa Meyer as Fricka. And this year it's the other way around. So Anna Kisjudit is Fricka and Christa Meyer is Erda. I would love to, like, you're only allowed to, like, see them side by side based on their singing, not on their acting. If they don't act in this, I hope, please let them act. Mika Kares, he was a great Hagen. Like, this was a Hagen with a backstory, okay? So, he was fantastic, and I hope they let him act. Do I know anyone else? Yeah, obviously my Michael Volle. Yeah, great actor, great singer. We don't have to talk about this. Klaus Florian Vogt, the poor guy. He's gonna be, I think, is The Ring 3 times or is it 4 times? It's 3 times. So he's gonna be on stage 12 times because he's singing Loge in Rheingold, Siegmund in Valkyrie, Siegfried in Siegfried, and Siegfried in Götterdämmerung. Whew! The poor guy. He's gonna do a lot, honestly. And I'm here for it. Honestly, I think my mom, she screamed when she heard, like, it's Christian Thielemann and Klaus Florian Vogt. It was her dream come true. She doesn't really care about the production because, again, she says she can close her eyes if she doesn't love it. So, yeah, that's for that. No, I wanted to go to the next one, people. Come on. Where is it? Also, if you want to see Rienzi on TV, I think it's on TV, like in Dreisat or Arte, one of both. They have it then 1 week later, so it's in 2 weeks on Sunday. Yeah. Okay, who do we have? Okay, Klaus Florian Vogt. Mika Kares, also. Michael Volle. Elsa van den Hever, great woman. I have to see. I think she was, yeah, she was Elsa last year. I remember that. Also, I have like the cast sheet. I have it on my wall, so I see her name every day. So she's gonna come back. She was also a great Elsa. But of course, I mean, it's the fate of Elsa. She's constantly overthrown in motion, in acting and singing by Ortrud. So it's really, I don't know, it's an unthankful role for me. You get this really beautiful part, but then there is Ortrud. So anyway, and then Camilla Nyland as Brünnhilde. I'm so, like, I want to see that. I hope I'm getting to see them act. Anyway, Anna Kisjudith, yes, and then there's the Valkyries. Marie Henriette Reinhold, I think I know her name. I think, was she Flosshilde last year? I'm not sure, wait. Might also be Flosshilde this year. Flosshilde, yeah, thank you. No, I know my people, come on. Okay. Then we're gonna look into Siegfried. And poor old Klaus Florian Vogt is again, he's in it. Then we have Gerhard Siegel. I think he was, is he Mime? Oh no, he was Mime, but it's been a few years. Why do I have him under Mime in my head? Maybe I've seen him somewhere. Wait. Was he Mime at the Met Opera? Was he? I'm not sure. There is a DVD of the like, I think it's still the current Met ring, which is beautiful and it's mythological and it's great, it's wonderful. It's the ring I fell in love with, that made me fall in love with the ring. He might be, actually. I'm not sure. I'm gonna look this up, and then I'm like writing in the description below the video. So there are a few names that I don't know, because I can't know anything. Can't know everything. I can know anything, really. Was she? Yes, I knew it. Also know her name, Victoria Random. She's gonna be the bird. Again, because she did that last year. Wonderful. Okay, good, great. So this is Siegfried. Just please let them give a bit space to act. Just, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I'm not a professional singer, I'm not a professional director, I'm just a lover of this whole thing. I couldn't do this. Like, I don't think I had the mental capacity to make a ring. So this is all like from someone who has no idea how to do this. But anyway. Oh, Michael Kupfer-Radzetzky. Like, yeah, he's the goat. He's the man with the "Who the fuck is Grane" t-shirt. He's my man. I've literally never seen another Gunther. I'm gonna be clear. I've never seen another Gunther on stage. Same goes for Waltraute. Christa Meyer again. I've never seen another Waltraute on stage. I've seen like a lot of DVDs of the ring, of older productions that I, well, physically couldn't see because I wasn't born yet. For example, the Kupfer ring. For example, the Centuries ring in 1976. I couldn't have seen, obviously. So I watch a lot of the old DVDs, or like somewhere when I can't go to New York to watch the ring. I wish I could, but I can't, so DVD. Same goes for Milan. Also, two other singers whom I love very much. They're mostly retired now. Like, they do some stuff, but Siegfried Jerusalem and Waltraud Meyer, I'll never see them live on stage, unfortunately, because it was literally the last year of Waltraud Meyer, my first year in Bayreuth. So, okay, again, where were we? Oh, Mika Karis, Again, love him, Hagen. He's my man. Let him act. Camilla Nyland, also, like, was clear. She's wonderful. Christa Meyer, also great. Oh, Anna Kissio is coming back. Wonderful. Magdalena Hinterdubler. Gudrune, I don't know if I know her. Oh, she looks beautiful. Wait. No. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. Wow, this is beautiful. Like, what the hell? I might see it. Like, I might see why Siegfried's going for her. Okay, like she's beautiful. Anyway, again, I don't want to have expectations. Obviously, everyone has expectations when going there. Obviously, every one of the old Wagnerians is gonna be like, what the hell is happening this year? Again, can't they have one beautiful production or something? I was very lucky because I went like with my step grandma the first year, and she was all in. Like, she was with Valentin Schwarz all the way. She was a big fan of everything he did. So she was a very modern woman. And I'm gonna miss her very much. No one would have like expected that this would be the last ring she'd see. But for a Wagnerian, she was very modern. She was completely with all the modernities that come with the ring. I wonder what she would have said to this year, but I think she would like to see some acting, like something. My hair's throwing me off. It's a bit weird that it's like, what the hell? Anyway, please let them act. I know no one's gonna see this from Bayreuth, and if they saw it, it's too late. Like, everything's been made, the production is finished. They're probably right now on the stage in Bayreuth, like doing something. I don't know. Maybe it's still the rehearsals where you just are with a piano, or maybe even they're already at the like full orchestra rehearsals. I don't know. I don't know the timeline, obviously, because why would I? I'm just a fan with opinions, like most Wagnerians are. Let's be real. But yeah, I hope for the best. And again, I don't want to be pessimistic, okay? I don't want to be pessimistic, and I don't want to feel like I'm dragging the string before I even saw it, because I try not to. But I want to see my people act. Let my people act, okay? Let them. Because otherwise we could watch a CD and then a slideshow of PowerPoint. That's not enough for me. I'm gonna be honest. If it's really just that, if it's really just the singers come on and then there's projections on them with some music underneath, I'm gonna be disappointed. And I don't know, based on what I see, I may make like some videos at the festival house, because there's like an hour intermission, so I can maybe sneak away for a bit and then make a big review. No, make like a tiny review in between acts. I don't know yet. It's based on what I see, because if there's not much to see, then I can't tell you much. And if it's really just that, singers, projections, music, then I'm afraid there won't be that much to talk about. I'm just gonna be honest, because you can probably, again, I want to see like the old pictures. I want to see like old fragments of old productions. Why not? I want to. This is really great. It's a great idea. But if it's necessarily like material for a ring production, I don't know. But I want to be, come on, give me something. I'm just gonna be glad to hear the music, really. And if the production is good and people act, then I'm gonna be even happier. Like, I remember the first time, like, when the curtain went up for Rheingold of Valentin Schwarz, and I saw, like, the two babies in the womb, well, fighting. I was like, huh? What the hell is going on? What did he do with my ring? And then later too, because one of my favorite scenes ever is Wotan's farewell. And like, if you just saw all your life the Metropolitan Opera version of this, like with Severin Terfel and Deborah Voigt, then like this is this beautiful father-daughter piece, and that is not it with Valentin Schwarz. And I sat in there and I was like, he ruined it. He managed to ruin my favorite scene. Like, it's possible, and now I love it. So from the first thought you have about a production to the last thought you have about a production, it can be worlds away. So even if I have like a bit of a going on now, might still be great. Might still be great. It will be great. Let's think positively. It will be great. They will act. There will be some projections. There will be some AI, and we'll love it. There will be Christian Thielemann. There's going to be Klaus Florian Vogt every day, night. He's going to die repeatedly because the poor guy, absurdly enough, he's going to be like literally in the last scene as Loge. Because obviously the fire extinguishes the 9 worlds. Also, I mean, just what I just think. If they do projections of what the ring was before, there might be some Valentin Schwarz in there. Like, it might happen. I mean, I wouldn't complain about that. Obviously, you know me. I would never complain about some Valentin Schwarz after I understood what he wanted to do. Also, I want to be quite clear. Like the time he ruined Wotan's farewell, I was completely in it like 2 minutes later when Fricker came in. And I was like, no, he's not doing that. He's not doing that. It was so brilliant. Because everyone knows something breaks or broke between them after the second act. But who will ever, like, where can you ever act this out and stuff? And Valentin Schwarz, he found a way. He found a way to show us that this marriage is over. That this marriage is broken up. And again, I couldn't stop talking about this. It was actually, I'm gonna tell you an anecdote. So 2 days after. So in the middle of this, there was like the exam, if you're allowed to study English at university, literally in the middle of the ring. It was like Rheingold, Valkyrie, then there was 1 day off, then there was Siegfried, then there was Götterdämmerung, and on the day of Siegfried, there was the exam if you're allowed to study English at the LMU for the next semester. And yeah, I wanted to study English from the next semester on. So it's kind of weird. Last time I wasn't sure if I could study English, and this time with the new ring, it's over. And I've got my degree. But I think I got onto a train, which is horrible from Bayreuth. Let's be very real. It's horrible to try to get from Bayreuth to Munich. Horrible. And it's even more horrible this year because, like, it's the Deutsche Bahn. It doesn't work. Why would it? Doesn't have to work. What exactly does work with like trains in Munich or in Germany in general? What works? At this point, it's easier to answer what works instead of what doesn't work. and I rode the train back to Munich on the day between Valkyrie and Siegfried, and then I got up really, really early the next day from Siegfried, and I went to the uni, and I was literally in the first group. They tested. It was a really easy test, and then I got to my car and I immediately drove to Bayreuth, and yeah, I drove pretty quickly. And I got there in time for like at 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. I think the bus leaves for the festival, or 2:30. I'm not sure. Is it 2:30? Is it 2? It's not 3. It's 2:30 probably. So I got there in time, and I changed, and then we immediately left for Siegfried, basically. So this was a very this was very rushed. But I was so happy, like about how the Valkyrie played out, that I was so expectant of the new part of Siegfried, that it made me fly almost. I'm sorry, I'm constantly trying to rearrange myself so I can still sit, because it's already been 40 minutes and I don't know how. Because we only wanted to talk about the new production of The Ring, and now we're already 40 minutes in. It's very weird. I should script these things. Actually, no. I like this. Like, I like thinking that you're just there talking to me. I know that I prefer watching videos with scripts, but I think for me it's just more fun if it's a spontaneous discussion that we have. So yeah. Anyway, no hard feelings. We're gonna just jump in with The Ring. It might be that next week either we don't have anything, or maybe if you want to, but you have to tell me this in the comments, because otherwise, like, I'm too freaked out to do this again, about what specifically I'm taking with me to Bayreuth. In terms of dresses, in terms of shoes, I found out yesterday I have too many shoes. Really, I have too many. Or clutches and like jewelry and stuff. But only if you want that. Like, if you don't want that, then that's fine. So yeah, next week, maybe not. Might be not. Tell me, like, what do you think? Would you prefer like this more static approach to The Ring with the projections, or are you more into the, like me, the I want to see them act category? Both might be fun. Why not? Everything's unique. Why not? Let her act. Please, 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 please. Let them act. Anyway, so I think this is it mostly. Oh yes, one last thing. It breaks my heart to say this, but Tomasz Konieczny, he's not in Bayreuth this year, and this really breaks my heart, because he was such a great Wotan. Like, I have my perfect Valkyrie in my head, and I think Wotan's the only one that could be debatable in between, like, Konieczny and Teufel. What I would prefer, like, I'm just gonna tell you this, like, my perfect Valkyrie, what that would be if I could have everyone I want. So my perfect Valkyrie would be Waltraud Meier as Sieglinde, just so great. Then Simon O'Neill as Siegmund. So they were Siegmund and Sieglinde in Milan, like in the 2010, I think, 2012, something like that. They were so good, and I want them again as Siegmund and Sieglinde. I want Georg Zeppenfeld as Hunding. Nothing against that. Like, there's no one except that. I would want definitely Christa Meyer as Fricka. I would definitely want Deborah Voigt as Brunhilde. She's so good. She's such a great, like, old, not, I want to don't want to say old-fashioned Brunhilde, but she's a Valkyrie. Like, she's so good. She was in New York. And as for Wotan, I think it's divided. I want Sir Brynterfel with Deborah Voigt, like the father-daughter thing, and I want Tomasz Konieczny with Fricka, as in the like married Wotan thing. So this is this is my perfect Valkyrie. Personally, for me. I don't know everybody, obviously. This is what I would pick out of the few that I know. I don't claim to know anything. I don't claim to know everything. I just, why do I always say anything instead of everything? It's weird. I don't claim to know everything. I don't want to know everything. I want to think for myself, something that obviously every lecturer in my life at university loved so much they wanted to think for myself and not use sources from other people. So this is all my personal opinion. If you're completely into AI and not acting, that's fine. You can still hang around and stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna miss Tomasz Konieczny. I miss Valentin Schwarz already. Let's be real. I miss him. I miss his production. I can't believe it's last year was the last time I ever saw this, and breaks my heart. Also, it kind of breaks my heart that I like didn't finish it with the whole ring. I didn't see the whole ring last year. I only saw Rheingold and Valkyrie, because I wanted to end this experience like with this fantastic scene of Wotan and Fricka breaking up. And this is what I wanted my last like picture in my head to be. Like seeing Wotan go off and seeing Fricka go off. And then that was that. Anyway. Yeah. Tell me your opinions. No hard feelings. Have a good day and take good care of. Can't even do my outro anymore. It's been so long. Take good care of yourselves. Take good care of your loved ones. Have a good time. Have a good day. And yeah, I hope this video won't get as many watches as the other ones, because I honestly think most people didn't really understand what I was preparing for, and I didn't really get that until very much later. And I was like, do they think I'm like preparing for a proposal or something when I just say choosing the dresses for the ring? But anyway, you know what I'm talking about, obviously, because you're my Valkyries. 35 of you now. This is so weird, but most of them, like the newer ones, are for the dresses, so they won't be interested in anything that I have to say to like the real Wagnerians who are in here. But anyway, have a good day. Bye.